a while, all I'm doing is pounding wet chunks of bone into the floorboards, so I stop.
I'm George, and these are things that piss me off. Video game movies, or more specifically, Hollywood's 5-cent cheap fucking horror. Why do I say that? Because it's fucking obvious. Hollywood doesn't care, nor take fucking serious video games. Look at the movies that have come out so far. Hollywood fucking looks at video games like they looked at comic books in the 80s and early 90s. Everything Hollywood fucking made from a comic book during that time was a fucking joke. Captain America, the unreleased Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher. Dolph, I love you, but come on! And then they made a great movie, and then they turned around and gave the license to a fucking woman who fucked it up! Back on track though. The list of video game movies is fucking crazy at how bad all of them except for maybe 2 are. Super Mario Brothers, Double Dragon, Street Fighter. Really? A Frenchman portraying the All-American? Really? Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, Annihilation. Now Mortal Kombat was a fun film. Annihilation was just fucking bad. Wing Commander, Tomb Raider, 1 and 2, Resident Evil. I could go on a whole separate rant on Resident fucking Evil. House of the Dead, 1 and 2, Alone in the Dark, Doom. How can you fuck up Doom? It's got the simplest fucking plot. They open a portal to hell, demons come through, you shoot shit. Was it too complicated for you, Hollywood? Was there too much plot-driven drama? No! You had to insert an extra fucking chromosome which turned people either superhuman or creatures. What? Blood Rain, 1, 2, and 3. They're making a fucking third one. It's called the Third Reich. They may actually put, I don't know, Germans into it, but that might be a little far stretched for fucking you bull! Silent Hill. People bitched about Silent Hill. Silent Hill, 1 of 2 of the only decent video game movies made. Why do I say this? It doesn't follow the game. It doesn't follow any of the plot lines. It doesn't have to. None of the Silent Hill games follow a set storyline. It just takes place in Silent Hill. Not hard. Take a story, take the essence of what the games are, put it into a story, and turn it into a movie. Which, holy fuck, they did. Dead or alive. First off, stop making fighting game movies. Postal. I'm gonna get to U-Bowl in a moment. Hitman. Now, Hitman is also one of those 2 good movies. Why do I say this? It's not like the game. Actually, it's closer to the game than any of the other movies I have talked about. Because they actually had angles from the game. They had the essence of the game, the spirit of the game, and it was a pretty badass action movie. I liked it. A lot of people didn't. I consider them fucking morons. In the Name of the King. Far Cry. Max Payne. Max Payne! How can you fuck up a great storyline like that? And you leave out the most important part of the game? The fucking gangsters? It wasn't about just the drugs. It was about the gangsters. How could you leave one of the most vital parts of the story out? And it's the entire plot of the fucking sequel. Not only that, but you completely changed the ending. What? Street Fighter, The Legend of Chun-Li. First, you take a Frenchman and make him the All-American. Then you take a Canadian and make her Chinese. What? King of Fighters, Tekken. Another fighting game movie. Because the other ones were so good. In the future movies coming out, the only movie I think actually has a chance of them understanding what the video game is about. Why? Because they got the guy who wrote and programmed the first Prince of Persia and wrote Sands of Time to write the script for the movie. Holy fuck! Who would have thought, let's get the guy who made the game to write the fucking script? Whoa, what a fucking concept! Resident Evil Afterlife. Why don't we just take the whole Resident Evil franchise, fuck it in its ass a few times in the shower, then shake it, Then after the dead body falls, we soap it up and fuck it again! Because that's what they're doing! Most movies put from the director of, from the writer of, from the producers of. No, what they do? From the camera of James Cameron. How about this? From the shit director, Paul W.S. Anderson, when he makes video game movies. They're making another Mortal Kombat. I'm going to hold off on that because I did like the original Mortal Kombat. That's also a Paul W.S. Anderson film. It's not a good movie. I just enjoy it. Paul W.S. Anderson, stop making video game movies. You're not good at it. Kane and Lynch. They got the perfect person for Kane. Bruce Willis. Excellent. Lynch, the old, bald, white man, is being played by Jamie Foxx. Fuck you, Hollywood. Fuck you very much. They're getting desperate now. Missile Command. No plot. Just shit blowing up, which actually might save it. And also Asteroids. Again, no fucking plot, which might mean it might be good, because if you give a plot to Hollywood, they're just gonna fuck it anyway. Look at Halo. The whole reason they couldn't get Halo out was because every time someone wrote a fucking script, they tried to make it their fucking own, and you can't do that. It's fucking Halo. It's a set fucking story. Now, real quick, I want to talk about those good films I mentioned. Silent Hill, Hitman, and possibly Sands of Time. There is one more. One that should have came out mainstream here in the fucking States, all across the goddamn nation, but it didn't. Resident Evil Degeneration came out limited release. LA, New York. Fuck the rest of the country. It is a Resident Evil movie. It is what it's supposed to fucking be. Resident fucking Evil. It's not thrown in some fucking chick named Alice just because the director is fucking her. No, they actually had the voice actors from the game come back to do the voices, Claire and Leon. Holy fuck! Who would have thought that? Because I guarantee you, when they make fucking Halo, they're not going to get the voice actors for Master Chief or for Cortana. They're not going to do it. It would make sense, so they're going to fuck that idea. Because I guarantee you that the first 5 minutes, you're going to see Master Chief's face. Hollywood, take video games serious. Because we want video game movies. We just want them to be good. For Two Guys on the Couch, I am George. And that's one thing that pisses me off.
You want to fuck with me? You think you know bad, huh? You're a fucking choir boy compared to me! A choir boy!
And now, a bedtime story with Jed.
Greetings and salutations, fine folks of the interwebs. Welcome back to Twilight. Today, we join Bella as she sits down for breakfast with her father. Page 226. Your turn to what? He smiled wider, flashing his gleaming teeth. Ask the question. And then he was gone. The car speeding away down the street and disappearing around the corner before I could even collect my thoughts. I smiled as I walked to the house. I was clear he was planning to see me tomorrow, if nothing else. The night, Edward stared in my dreams as usual. However, the climate of my unconsciousness has changed. It thrilled me, the same electricity that had charged the afternoon, and I tossed and turned restlessly, waking often. It was only the early hours of the morning that I finally sank into an exhausted, dreamless sleep. When I woke, I was still tired, but edgy as well. I pulled on my brown turtleneck and my inescapable jeans, sighing as I daydreamed of spaghetti straps and shorts. Breakfast was the usual, quiet event I expected. Charlie fried eggs for himself, and I had a bowl of cereal. I wondered if he had forgotten about Saturday. He answered my unspoken question as I stood up to take the plate to the sink. About this Saturday, he began, walking across the kitchen and turning on the faucet. I cringed. Yes, Dad. Are you still going to Seattle? He asked. That was the plan, I grimaced. wishing he hadn't brought it up so I wouldn't have to compose careful half-truths. He squeezed some dish soap onto his plate and swirled it around with a brush. And you're sure you can't make it back in time for the dance? Well, that was a page from the epic Twilight, Stephanie Meyer, greatest story ever told. For Two Guys on a Couch, I am Joe, and that has been a bedtime story with me.
Jamie Priestley does make my magnificent Scottish 1-inch cock hard, but it's still a bad fucking movie!